All right. So we got the next headline from Week 7's NFL action, and it is that the Falcons are legit and seem to be the frontrunners in the NFC South right now. They take over the division lead with a last-minute win against Tampa Bay this past week. They beat the Bucs 16-13 on a last-minute field goal from Younghoe Koo. I've got him in every single one of my fantasy leagues. He is my destiny kicker for a long time, but gotta love to see that. But the Falcons just keep doing what they've been doing all year. This offensive line has been balling out, so they continue to establish an elite running game behind that. Despite not having Bijan Robinson, which was the big story in fantasy from Sunday.
Yeah, man. Fuck Arthur Smith. I am so sick of that guy. Are you kidding me? You can't say Saturday night that this man's dealing with a sickness or migraines or headache, whatever it is, and then even before the game, like, you can't deliver any of that information. Like, give me the information so I know. And then if you tell me that and then I still start him, that's on me. Yeah. But if you don't give us any information and then at halftime you're like, oh yeah, he just hasn't been feeling well. What? Yeah. Where was this before the game?
This is definitely a conspiracy theory tinfoil hat-ish. But I think there might have... I saw a report that he got suspended for blowing vape smoke in somebody's face. That's not true.
I saw that. That was a parody.
Yeah, I know. But I think it just doesn't make any sense. Because when you asked Arthur Smith about it, he was super short. Like, extremely short. Doesn't want to elaborate on the situation at all. And then you ask Bijan...
Well, because you knew... But if he is sick, then like he doesn't want to elaborate because he fucked up and he doesn't want this to get scrutinized any more than what it is.
That's fair. It's just like when you ask Bijan,
he's going to dodge every bullet he can.
No, that's totally fair, especially when it comes to the guy that you drafted so early in the first round. Despite all that, weird stuff going on in Atlanta with Bijan not playing, but despite that, they are still establishing an elite running game. They're 5th in rush attempts per game right now, and they still had 38 combined attempts without Bijan in the game. You saw Cordell Patterson get involved in that one, so that they gotta love to see that. Cordell Patterson still has a job in the National Football League. Insane. But yeah, and to cap it all off, this defense has really stepped up. They got the highest graded run defense in the league on PFF. They're 5th in pressure rate right now. And Jesse Bates, he was an amazing free agent acquisition. There was questions on whether or not he was going to take his success from Cincinnati and translate it over to somewhere else. Those questions have been put to bed so far this year. He's been the highest graded safety on PFF in the entire league, so you got to love that. But what are you seeing out of the Falcons right now that makes you believe they are legitimate contenders in this NFC and are probably going to win the division?
Their schedule. The best quarterback they face this year is Kirk Cousins. The rest of their schedule, ready for this?
Oh, God.
Titans, Vikings, Cardinals, Saints, Jets, Bucks, Panthers, Colts, Bears, Saints.
Oh!
They play I don't know if they play a winning team the rest of the season.
Oh, my God. How is that
Titans
happen?
under 500. Vikings, Cardinals, Saints, Bucks, Colts. They don't play a team above 500 the rest of the season. And their schedule so far this year has been Panthers, Packers, Lions, Jags, Texans, Commanders, Bucks. So other than the Lions and Jags, they haven't faced anybody that's really that good either.
Yeah. Wasn't that Minnesota's case last year? Like, they didn't play anybody all season? And I'm not throwing shade. I'm just, trying to find a comparison.
No, the Vikings just won a lot of really close games. They played a couple of decent teams, but for the most part, they won close games, and that's really what their MO was. But the Falcons, that's why I consider them a favorite in this division, because they don't really play anybody. Now, back to this game. Ritter fumbled going into the end zone on the 1-yard line. Then he fumbled again on the 1-yard line, and then he had another interception in the red zone. They could have blown the Bucs out. This really and truly should have been, a 27-13 type of game if you really want to look into it, if you're looking by a yard difference, basically. The Bucs don't impress me at all. I'm off the Baker train. this was a team that was 3-0, I believe, and going into that Monday night game with Philly, and then the wheels have just fallen completely off, and the brakes have been pumped with this team. I do like what I'm seeing from the Falcons defense, though. The defense looks really good. I am impressed by that. They're going to control the run. It's just so hard for me to trust Desmond Ridder, man. You're talking about this guy going into December and January and winning meaningful games when he can't throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field. It's just tough for me to trust that. But, hey, I mean, if you've got the defense, you can get there. And with the way the schedule is shaping up, yeah, they've got a bunch of winnable games left on the schedule to get to 10, maybe 11 wins. And in this division, you might only need 9 to win the damn division because it's them, the Saints, the Bucks, and the Panthers, and none of those teams are good, and all of those teams have major flaws. So I like where the Falcons are. I like where their schedule's shaping up. If they can get Bijan into the game and get him and utilize him more, I think that'll prove to be a little bit more of an explosive offense. They're getting Kyle Pitts the ball more, which is finally it's happening. Yes. I picked him up 3 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden he's killing it. So I definitely think I'm the reason that his career is skyrocketing.
A bunch of people, thank you. Shout out, Tyler.
But yeah, I look at this schedule and I look at the team that they've got, and you're talking about Jesse Bates and just the defense as a whole. It's going to be the backbone of this team the rest of the way. And if you've got a clutch kicker, that can be very, very pivotal. When you're relying on the defense and run game to control clock, to get stops, you're going to be in closely contested games. And if you've got that kicker, that's all that you need sometimes. So, I like the direction that this team is going. But, my God, Arthur Smith, I'm letting it go this time. But get your shit together.
What are you going to do the next time if he doesn't let you know that Bijan has a
I'm going to take a trip. I'm going to take a trip down to Hotlanta and show him what's up. No, you can't do anything. That's the thing that sucks so much. Yeah. But what they've done so far this year, I've been very impressed. I know Jaden liked them a lot coming into this season. He had picked them as the winner of this NFC South, and so far, it's looking pretty damn good.
Yeah, for sure. And, I mean, you mentioned Pitts bouncing back. Drake London seems like he's becoming an alpha in this offense. I mean, I think he went for like 5 catches, 80 yards on Sunday, but the week before –
which is all you need with Desmond Ridder at quarterback, because you might only get 4 or 5 chances to catch a damn ball.
Exactly. Like, the fact that he can put that up with Desmond Ridder playing quarterback is beyond me. And Drake London put up over 100 yards against the Commanders secondary. So, I love it. Love is a strong word. I really do like this Atlanta Falcons team, and we'll see what they can do the rest of the way. So,
I just think that if they get to the playoffs, they're one and done. Yeah. I don't see them really doing much in the playoffs.
It could be the start of a run.
Getting there's the main thing. You get there, crazy things can happen in the playoffs. So
exactly, and this is a young team. So if you get to the playoffs this year and you don't get past the first round, I mean, this is a team that hasn't made the playoffs since Matty Ice was in town. So I mean, you're making steps in the right direction as a franchise for sure. So we'll see what happens the rest of the year.